an artist, an author, and part-time graphic designer, and today I'm going to be talking about how I was having some really bad creative block, and especially trying to write. I have Mondays off, like my day job, so that I can just focus on writing, just do a writing day. So I work a 4-day week, and every Monday I had been having this thing of like, I'd sit down and try to write, and I'd feel this pressure of like, well, you're not working, you're not earning money, you need to be doing something great, you need to be really like earning this time, which is kind of messed up. And I decided to take the Studio Ghibli advice of stop trying. So a few Mondays ago, I decided that Monday I would not even try to write. I would specifically not even think about writing, which isn't something I normally do. I spend a lot of time thinking about my story, and then like getting it down is the challenge. But I decided to just get up, watch TV, scroll on Pinterest. I went for a walk. I enjoyed the beautiful day and the nice trees. I went to an op shop, which is right near my place, but I'd just never been inside it. And part of that is because it seemed to only be open like during business hours when I was working. But I think it's also open like in the morning on a Saturday, which is not a time that I'm awake / leaving the house usually, unless I'm going somewhere else. So I looked around this op shop and it had some really cool stuff in it. A lot of stuff that I wanted to buy, but I didn't because I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, which I am now sharing with my partner, and we don't have a lot of room to put stuff now. I did buy him a suit. I found a suit that was only $50, and I took a gamble that it would fit him, and it totally did. So $50, not too shabby for a nice suit. So yeah. I also just like, outside of that Monday, focused on really being present for stuff that mattered. Cam's birthday came and went, and I made him a banoffee cheesecake. I really enjoyed the process of making cakes and like baking things and cooking, but it's not something I like to do often. So when I do it, it's like it's a fun experience. It's like crafting, but in the kitchen. So I made him this cake. It came out really well, and I was really happy with myself about it, and he seemed to really enjoy it. Although, a fun fact, his work also got him a banoffee cheesecake. So he had a lot of banoffee cheesecake for his birthday this year. We also, as part of his birthday celebration, went to a place called Top Golf, which is basically where you just like whack golf balls into a field, and it was absolutely peeing down rain. Like, it was so heavy, we were worried in the car. I get anxious driving, so it was Cam who was driving, but both of us were like, I can't even really see the car in front. This is not great, but we got there safely, and we had a great time with a bunch of friends, so that was really good. I also took advantage of my Fridays, which are in the city. Normally I work from home, but on Fridays I'm in the city, and I sort of adventured a little bit to see what there was to see that was a little bit more inspiring than just looking at shops during my lunch break. And that day at City Hall, the like British Lions were there. Some sports thing was happening. If you're into sports and you know what the deal was with that, let me know. I get confused over which football, soccer, rugby is what. But Cam's super into it. Cam, if you're watching, let me know whatever, but like they were doing a big thing in King George Square, and I basically wasn't there to see that. I went to the Museum of Brisbane, which is in City Hall, and they were having an exhibit of I think it was called Precious. It's like strange knickknacks from all time, just like things people have collected and submitted to the museum. Some of it's historic, some of it's cultural. I guess history and culture are kind of the same thing, but it was just a really interesting thing to walk around and look at during my lunch break. I also took the time to really notice my life, my little moments. So Panda has fully adopted Cameron as her lap person, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not jealous at all. She does still go under my legs when I make a little blanket cave for her. So she's just a snuggly little kitten. I try to get out and go on walks when it's sunset because there is such a beautiful sky, and just like I just staring at my cats while they're doing their derpy business really brings me a lot of joy. Another thing I did that's helped me a lot in terms of finding motivation to do stuff is I have exactly one review for my book, and it means a lot to me because this isn't even someone I know. I believe it's someone that Cameron works with, and he just sort of offhandedly mentioned that I'd written a book, and like it's, you know, an urban fantasy. It's sort of set in Brisbane. The main female character is in her 30s, not a teenager, and it's got vampires and fairies and werewolves and sort of stuff like that. And she was like, I'm into that stuff. So she actually got the book and read it and left this beautiful review that made me cry. And I've posted it onto my wall so that whenever I'm feeling like I should just give up altogether, I look at that and I'm like, people out there, or at least one person, genuinely loves my book. It's not like, this sounds bad, but like if it's a family member or someone who loves me, that's different because I'll never really know if they're just sort of like liking the book because they like me, or telling me that they like the book because like they want me to feel good. Whereas this person, she doesn't know me. It doesn't make any difference if like she could have said she could have not done any, like she could have read it and gone on with her life like most people do. So like anyway, it meant a lot to me, so that's really helped a lot. And I did end up getting back into writing more. Like I didn't get fully in the zone like I was hoping for, but I got back into actually telling the story, reminding myself that this is a first draft, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to get like the order of events written as eloquently as I can, and then I can go through and like cut the scenes that are too blah blah and like really add some punch to the scenes that really need them. And like, yeah, the first draft is just about like getting the story straight for me, and then the edits begin. But I also got back into my drawing a little bit more. I want to lean, even for my bullet journaling, more into my like fantasy vibes, drawing little characters. I love drawing little characters and thinking about what their lives are like, and a lot of them could be living in this fairy realm that I'm writing about in book 2 called Faden. Like more like the September bullet journals I think are going to be the like Goblins Guild, which doesn't come up in the book at all, but it exists. There's goblins and they have a guild and they're little cute little guys. So I'm getting excited about stuff again. So I think the key is to like take a step back, stop worrying about what the product is going to be at the end, and just enjoy the process, which is harder to do than you'd think. Like it's easy to say, oh, just enjoy the process. And then you sit down and you're like, I hate everything that I'm doing. But like, it's helpful to remember that like, you don't have to post everything that you make. And it's not a waste of time if you make something and hate it and throw it away or delete it or whatever. And like, ultimately, if it feels like a waste of time, you can just stop. You can just not do it. You can use your time in a way that feels more productive or feels more nurturing to yourself. I need to remember to tell myself that. I need to remember that like, this is a hobby. I'm doing it for fun. I don't have a lot of followers on YouTube or Instagram or Patreon or anything like that. I don't have people expecting me to perform well for them. I mean, I appreciate you watching me. Like, I appreciate the people who are watching my channel. It does validate me and make me feel like I'm not completely alone. But at the same time, not having a million bajillion followers has its own freedom, I think, because if I want to completely turn and do like a different thing on this channel, I can do that. I might lose what few followers I have, but I might gain a bunch of other followers. And at the end of the day, this channel is so that I can look back and remember myself in this moment in time, and to an extent sharing it so that other people can see that maybe they're not alone if they're also experiencing this kind of stuff. Yeah, getting all emotional now. Sorry, that was lame. But yeah, it's been a weird little journey this month. I've had a bunch of other personal stuff going on that I won't get into. I'm on anti-anxiety meds now. I'm getting into it now. Doesn't matter. But like, yeah, there's been some stuff going on that's not been a distraction from my creative work, but definitely been holding space in my brain where normally I would be holding space in my brain for like fantasy worlds and things I feel like drawing and silly little stuff. You know, silly little drawings and telling little stories about people who aren't real, or are they? I would like to talk more about the characters in my books and their backstories and things and draw pictures of those on my drawing channel, but I also don't want to do spoilers, and so like for a lot of the like main characters, I can't talk about their backstories or what they're all about really without spoiling it for some things. Like some people have like secrets in their background that if I talk about it, it kind of ruins it when you read about it in the book. I'll see how I go. I do want to draw the characters, so yeah, we'll see.